The broth, the noodles, the wontons, when you get all of that just right, it really is pure magic. Now you know that I love to eat street food noodle soup.
Oh, yum.
And I know it seems a little daunting to make that style of thing at home, but I have so many great cheats and hacks here. You're gonna be making noodle soup like a pro. Let's do it, my friends. Let's make barbecue pork wonton noodle soup. One of the key things that I think is quite daunting about making a street food noodle soup at home is the broth. So let's do that first. I have some really cool cheats here, which you are gonna love. Okay, starting off with the paste. So garlic, some fresh ginger, some black peppercorns. Now the whole point of this little magic paste is that we're gonna doctor up some store-bought stock. That's right, I mean literally stock cube stock, but it's gonna taste amazing. Wait and see. So this is the kind of situation you're looking for. It doesn't have to be too finely ground. Now the great thing about using a store-bought stock is that I only need a little bit of chicken in order to boost that chicken flavor. So it makes it really budget friendly. And I'm also using some chicken wings, also very budget friendly, which I like. So let's get started on the stock itself. Now add a little vegetable oil into a saucepan, add in your paste. Now be careful here not to let that garlic burn because burnt garlic gives you a really bitter flavor in the broth. So just a gentle sizzle here, and now I can add in my chicken wings. Now chicken wings are a great thing to use for this broth because they're really cheap, economical. Also, because I'm gonna be using store-bought stock, I don't need that many wings. All of this is a really great hack. And then I add in my star anise and then my stock, which I made out of stock cubes. But when I'm done with this, no one will know that. Add in the soy sauce and then bring all of that up to a simmer, turn the heat down, let it gently bubble away for 30 minutes. Now let's do the wontons. So I'm gonna start off with some spring onion, but you also wanna make sure you finely chop it, very finely, so you don't get kind of like big chunky bits through your wonton. Now you can add your pork mince, some white pepper, these are all really good flavors, the cornstarch, and some water. Both of these things create like a slurry within your wonton filling, which keeps it really moist and also makes it really nice and soft. Sesame oil, last thing is just a little bit of salt. Now the mixing here is also really important. You want to get in here and wait until your mixture turns into a singular kind of ball. You'll see it's similar to like mixing a dough, for example. Okay, so when things look like this, sort of come together, now your filling is ready. To make the wontons, you just take yourself a wonton wrapper. Now I like to use these yellow wonton wrappers if you can find them, but you could also use a gyoza wrapper if that's easier for you. Take your wrapper and your filling, and this is like the easiest dumpling fold ever. You literally just squish it together. Kind of like in a comet shape, you've got this tail at the end, your nice like juicy pork at the other end. That is your wonton. Now go ahead and use all of your wrappers and filling until they're all finished. Our broth is now looking and smelling amazing. I did actually come back and scoop some of that like scummy stuff that comes up to the surface as it simmers. So that's looking really lovely. And I just want to strain it off. Look at that color. I mean, it looks like we simmered it for hours and yet it's just half an hour. Oh, this is getting me so excited already. Now you guys ask me a lot about what I do with like the bits and pieces that I've used for the broth, i.e. those chicken wings. Don't worry about that. I will be eating those as soon as we stop rolling with some chili sauce. To finish everything off, you want to cook your noodles, and yes, always cook your noodles in separate boiling water so it doesn't affect the flavor or the texture of your broth. Add that into your bowl. Cook your wontons in the same water. They take about 3 or 4 minutes and they go straight into your bowl as well. And now if you're getting this on the street in Asia, you are most often going to have this with sliced barbecue pork. Now this is my homemade version. You could also just get this from like a Chinese takeaway, or you could leave it out if you wanted to as well. So quite a few options there, just a few slices. So just like that, a little sprinkling of spring onion, ladle over your broth, and there you go, barbecue pork, wonton noodle soup. This is like an Asian street food staple, and I just love that you can make it at home in a very quick, actually, and simple way. So here we go, I'm gonna try it out. Oh, wow, I mean that broth, it tastes so complex, and you would never know that that came from a chicken stock cube. Oh my goodness, so good. And the noodles. So good.